Hey everyone, and welcome to F4 Obsess, an OST bonus analysis. On our weekly show, we discuss F4 Thailand from a symbolic and meta perspective. In this show, we're offering a mini analysis on each music video. This time, we are covering Shooting Star. And if you do not already know, I'm Ty, your host, and my co-host is Marie Claire, who I call MC. Say hi, MC.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Please remember to like, subscribe, interact with the video, share it on social media platforms. Also, don't forget to check out our weekly show where we discuss each episode in depth, as well as our mid-season symbolism summary, where we cover all the symbols and metaphors and themes we have seen so far in the show.
Absolutely. And I do want to just say we're using the symbolism that we have seen thus far in the show. So we're very lucky because we've gotten used to the symbolic patterns that they're giving us. So we can point out some more stuff that we've noticed since talking about this show for over half of the show now.
Yeah. We're using the stuff we've seen in the show to really analyze what's happening in these music videos, which this one was dropped, I think, towards the very beginning, right? The music video.
Yeah. So this song, this OST, has actually been since the beginning of the show. It is literally the closing credits song. It makes me mad because it means that the episode is over and I have to wait another week until I hear or until I get to see a new one.
But you are my shooting star.
No.
No. Exactly that.
But it's a great song. The music video was actually released between episode 2 and 3, just in time for Christmas or just after Christmas.
Yeah.
And it was a nice holdover. We weren't maybe expecting more music videos after the first one, but this has been a really cool pattern of how they're coming out. And I plan on showing kind of the series timeline of everything for each of these episodes. This is really important because the songs, just like the show, and the music videos are all part of the story that they're telling us.
Yes. So much so that like even this music video that doesn't seem to have a lot going on.
Yeah,
it actually does.
And if you have not checked out our epic symbolic analysis of Who Am I, go and do that. And before we get into the episode here, make sure to watch the video again, just so you're nice and fresh.
Yeah, go watch Shooting Star. That way, because we're not going to play any music clips for this and this particular analysis. So we will try to give you guys the lyrics and the visuals, but we're not going to actually play the music. So go get the full experience and then come back and watch this when you're done with that. All right. Let's dig into the lyrics.
Yeah. So the lyrics themselves are actually broken out between the different singers, of course. Win Bright, Do, Nani. Nani actually sings in this one, unlike he sung in Who Am I as part of the chorus, but he raps and sings
in this one.
Solo. And kind of you can see the distribution. White, of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, is the chorus, and they're all singing. Sort of each of the main guys have their own kind of solo part where they're narrating their very, very specific POV on who I can only assume is Goya.
Okay, I can see that. Some of these lyrics crack me up. Like some of them, like, I know they're not translating appropriately, but like they're so explicit. Like, it's just like, you are any kind of light that I could possibly come up with.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is insane because like the lyrics are, of course, in the closed captioning of the actual music video, so you can like just read them, of course, right? If you're not very good at like catching the lyrics as they're being sung, if you're a Thai natural speaker, or if you're like us English speakers who have no idea what they're actually singing,
Yeah.
except when they say "You are my shooting star," because that's in English. But thematically and in a tonal perspective, it is exactly the same as the show.
Yeah.
Right? Thematically, with the symbolism, this is direct metaphor. You are my shooting star. From the first episode, we have her impact of meteor.
Yeah.
They are saying this is Goya coming into their lives and like guiding them out of the darkness.
Yeah, definitely. And again, this plays like the very first time when she kicks Tom in the white, when he's wearing the white shirt,
marks him,
and the rest of the F3 are all watching this happen, and they all react in like their own ways, and it's all very like dramatic.
You are my shooting star.
Yeah,
it plays over top of that moment, and she's like on top of him, and like,
yeah, it's like a big moment, and it affects all of them in the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they were like, oh, this girl is different. Like she is going to change things.
Yeah, let's talk about that ever so briefly. Let's get into shooting stars.
Shooting star symbolism?
Yeah, because the actual episode starts out with like a shooting star across the sky. Or this starts
video.
Out, the video starts out with a shooting star, and then we see the GMM TV logo, and the guy's like walking into the building, which is really, really cool. I'll get into that in a moment. But like, what are shooting stars mythologically? And they've affected humanity since the beginning of time, because we look up at the sky and stars and their light are stable.
Yeah. So it means a change is coming, right?
Yes, it is. There's several, like, it changes coming. It is something that is stable suddenly changes. And in some sacred stories and some mythologies and some religious feelings, is that this is like, especially ancient Greeks, it felt to them that the gods were now playing an active role in the world.
Right. Well, and that's why, like, also the idea of that, if anything is moving in the heavens, it must be significant, right? But so much so that it's reminiscent of what people do, I guess. Like, it because only human beings like have the ability to change things so significantly. Therefore, there was that projection on the cosmos of the only reason why that could be moving is if people are doing it for reasons why I would do something in my life. Like,
and like the most famous meteors are the Perseid meteor shower that happens every single year.
Right.
It is also connected with a spiritual awakening, right? And also holding like a wish to happen, like, and that's connected with the gods paying attention to you. If there's a shooting star, it means that a god is paying attention to you, and that's why you would wish upon it. A god is paying attention to you. Look, you can actually see it.
Yeah.
They're also connected with being psychopomps, which is a thing that connects or brings souls between worlds, right? So sometimes the dead or the souls of the deceased are coming to visit you. Sometimes a soul is being brought to the underworld. And also connected with being a star bride.
Yeah, exactly. And so many stories with star bride stories and other stories, this idea of if you see something moving differently in the sky, like just not just meteors, but also like people saw other cosmic events happening in the sky. And there's always that idea of like there's some sort of story that's happening in the sky between the gods that is causing that to happen. So like I said before, like it's like this projection on the cosmos because there was no other way to describe it. There's no other way to explain it at the time. So
yeah, just like the Star of Bethlehem was probably like a star going, supernova.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Things changing have a significant impact on humans and their psychology. Comets, meteors, shooting stars, etc.
Yep.
Right.
Totally.
The guys themselves are walking into a palatial castle like location.
Yeah, it's a castle. It's a
through
castle.
A gateway, through an iron gateway. They are heading on a journey.
Yeah.
Through a threshold. From a hero's journey perspective. They are about to be changed because of what they're experiencing.
Yeah.
And they walk onto a chess-like floor. Chessboard-like floor.
Where did they find this place? Like how my mind
and
is
it's got ivies growing on it. So like there's got the green. It's got the green, like
Goya is there.
Goya is there. This is the castle, and they go out into the courtyard, just like the courtyard of the school or the throne like stadium of the school that we've talked about, how that's like the castle.
Yes.
This is like what?
Like I was waiting for you to get to that. No, what is this show?
What is this show? But I mean, like this is their kingdom. This is F4's kingdom.
The cursed kingdom.
The cursed kingdom.
Yeah. That's why everything is overgrown and it's not lively and
they're in the dark.
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, exactly. All right. So then we get, oh my God, this is like one of my favorite things. Behind Ren, during his part in his little room that he's in, there's a telescope.
Yep.
And because Ren's, he's the most perceptive one.
He's the most perceptive. And they're all lit by different lights. That's also really important.
Yes.
Like they all have different lights. They're chained at different parts of this. Like Nani, like wearing so many chains.
Yes.
Was shocking to me. I was like, Nani, what are you doing?
Well, it's very similar to how he was framed with the papers, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's an excessiveness to him. It's a lot. Like it's a lot of things, which is interesting to me because MJ seems to be the most like level-headed of them all, but yet they're putting a lot on him. They're putting a lot on him symbolically.
He has a lot of pressure because of his responsibility to keep this group together.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Yeah,
very, very difficult.
Also, his lights behind him are the only ones that are actually real fire.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. I think
there's a one single like almost moonlight behind him
because he's the moon.
Because I think it is the moon. Look at that. It is the moon.
Oh wait, it is the moon. It doesn't just look like the moon.
No, it is the moon through a window.
I want to curse right now. This show. God, are you kidding me?
And they're all on different types of checkerboards too. That's all. Like they're both, if you can see their feet at one point, they're both on the checkerboard.
Yeah.
Chessboard thing. And Ren is talking about the kind of the situation that they're in. Like this is magical. On the night that stars fall down, on the night that meteors rain down, meteor rain. That was a really interesting choice. We talked about that last episode. So
meteor rain.
Yep. On the night that people watch with strong faith, they have got for positive energy they may have. So it's like it's all about like kind of like them wanting to change.
Yeah. Yeah, right? Like we look up and we want something different.
This song does two things. So it talks about what their desires are, but also that they'll reach their desires by supporting Goya in becoming who she's meant to be.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. because the next verse is Nani's verse that's saying like, yeah, follow your dream obstacles. Yeah, you'll go through quite a lot. You'll go through quite a lot of struggle if you believe with all your heart that what you wish won't be far, and the miracle I dream of is you. Which again, we talked about this previous OST analysis as well, is that the opening of the Hana Yori Dango 2005 is actually called Wish.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of speaks to several different versions of different OSTs.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
And like, you know, for you, the main theme from Meteor Garden.
Yeah.
Right? Like with the shooting stars and them being all together and stuff like that. Yeah. Ooh. And then we get the chorus, which is because you are my shooting star.
Yeah.
Shining brightly down on me. You are so special. You are essential. Who follow your dreams and make it come true.
Mm-hmm. Who follow your dream, make it true. Yeah.
You are my guiding light. You brighten my world. Your light leads the way. Better my day. Please hear me. You're the star of my heart. Oh, my shooting star. So it's like it's two things. Like it's very much saying you're special, but I need you to realize that they're in like this really interesting, almost like throne room.
Yes. Yeah, and the lights behind them are like doing that dispersion thing where you can they kind of like cover the people in front of them. This is really interesting. So it every time they have lights behind them, it looks like a constellation to me. Like it looks like some, and it's to me it's supposed to say that they are stars as well.
Yes.
Because we know, like, obviously the symbolism in the show is telling us that they are celestials and they are from above, they're demigods, and they are up there in the sky, but if anything moves in the sky, they would know. And this little girl, Goya, she moves in the sky, and therefore they see her and they perceive her. And it makes them want to change as well. But it also makes me think about the shoes, like when with the, you know, Goya's brother draws what are supposed to be flowers. He says they're flowers, but they look like shooting stars from the side. And this idea of change can come if you look for it, like if you look for this. And then the lyrics here are saying like, you still have to like try, like you still have to do something, but you're worthy of that. Like you can, and I believe in you because like you make me want to try.
You're awesome. Go get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also like you inspire me too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the whole like, and then that speaks to the whole idea of Goya being the one who says, you know, at least I try, at least I will do something. And that's how she inspires Rin, and that's how she inspires Tom to say this exact same things along their journey.
And then we get
so good.
We get singing. Yeah, and from his perspective, and he's wearing a really interesting solo outfit.
Yeah, I couldn't pin this one. I thought that was really odd.
Yeah, like all the guys are like dressed in dark, kind of like in the court, but then they have these like solo moments where they're like, we had Ren's and we had MJ's, right? But
everything's softer.
Yeah, softer, and he's wearing kind of like, he's wearing a very furry outfits because he kind of reflects others, you know.
Yeah,
I liked his lights too, like these little like
the little light bulbs. Yeah. Again, constellations. They look like this like stars behind him.
Yeah.
In constellation form, which is interesting.
You've changed a life that was so dull. You're the reason above it all. You're the star way up high, shining bright from the sky. That rhymed. Wow. In English. Guide me when I find myself in the dark.
That was going right.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And then we get
Bright.
Tom, or of course Bright. His setting is really interesting. These large globes. So to me, what's going on is like he is closer to the Celestials.
Yes.
Right? Because he's closer to the actual like large globe stars.
Whoa. I like that.
He's sitting amongst them.
Yes.
And he has this royal, like almost pattern behind him with the like, you know, what you would expect in like a court of like Louis the 14th or something.
Yeah. That's neat.
And he's also on the patterned below him. He's on a chessboard as well.
Yeah.
But it's like not quite. He's amongst the stars. That's what's important.
Yes.
A miracle I've been waiting for. You make me want to learn and grow. Every time that my eyes look up to the high in the sky, I send my best wishes straight to you. This is very POV Tom.
Yeah, it is. He's singing to Goya. How sweet.
And then we get the chorus again. And this time we get more of these constellation stars behind them. It's a different sort of background. Do you see like they have the
little lights, the little blue lights.
And it looks like more constellations because they're up in the sky. I don't need to repeat the chorus. But then we get more Tom singing about when it gets quite dark, when you feel quite weak inside, look up and find a star, a light, send your wish far to the sky.
And he's like holding holding a light.
He's the star.
Yeah.
She's the shooting star. Right?
Yeah. He's helping her.
Yes. He's helping her, and he's there to actually grant her wishes, like the king and the maiden folklore that we've been talking about. He's there.
Yeah, totally. The clever king or the king and the clever girl kind of stuff as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Nani's rap.
Nani's rap. Do you want me to read that?
Yeah.
Okay. So Nani's rap goes, they say that on the darkest night we'll see all the stars twinkling millions of miles away. You can see them on the horizon. You're the bright light by my side that keeps on shining. You're my comfort when the world outside is a big commotion. The sky can be gloomy, but I have no fear. You're the super bright flashlight I keep near. 45 degrees when I look up to the sky, contemplate and I see you, illuminate in this heart of mine. Why does some of that rhyme? That's so weird. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then he quickly raps, you are my shooting star, light up sky from afar.
What?
My one and only hope you are. Leading me home like
a radar. What?
He says that in English though. So that's
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because again, we get this theme through this that because she is she is change.
Yeah.
Like, that's important. She is this shooting star that equates to change from these very frozen celestials who don't change. Gods don't change. Celestials don't change. These stars don't change. She is the light and the hope that guides them to change.
Yeah.
She is a guiding light. They use guiding light in these lyrics. Like, this is, they need this. They need transformation.
Yeah.
They will always be celestials, but they need somebody who is a celestial that moves and can help them guide
so
them.
Cool. I love it. All right. Is that it?
Then,
then we get like the whole, the snow. Snow.
Let's talk about, okay. So this is the end.
Yes.
Which is they're out in the courtyard again. So they're no longer trapped in the castle. They're out in the courtyard.
Yes.
And suddenly it starts to snow, which it does not snow in Thailand.
No, it does not snow in Thailand.
But it looks like they're surrounded by stars.
Yeah. It looks like the night sky. And they're a part of it. Yeah. And that's the thing I was going to say was that it's like moving. So there's that idea of like, when you're moving through the stars, but also it's also still like snow. So there's the idea of like the cleansing aspect of it.
Yeah. And I don't know if this is similar, but at least, you know, many people in Thailand are familiar with K-dramas, and the first snow of the year is True Love.
Yeah.
It's equivalent to True Love. And many people in Thailand watch Korean dramas and know that trope.
Yeah.
So
there's so many
myth.
things. I love it. This is a good one. This is good. I wasn't sure. I thought it was just a little bunch of lights, but you know, they all mean something. It's really pretty and special.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a very quick one.
Yes, thank goodness. All right. I think that's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next OST deep dive. Cheers.
Cheers.